Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Danny and I'm here for Flosstube number 31. I did not film last week and that was intentionally because going into 2020 I have quite big goals. I plan on stitching 630 stitches every day as a minimum. That takes a lot of time, especially because for full coverage pieces, if I'm in a confetti heavy area, that takes up to 10 hours or something like that. So I try to reduce my filming. I plan on uploading videos every second week from now on. So after 14 days, you get a new update. Because otherwise it's just, it takes a lot of time away from me. Those videos will be getting longer. So I probably be around 45 minutes from now on instead of the 25 to 30 I was for most of the last videos. So they will be a bit longer, but for me, I save a lot of time because the preparing and tidying up afterwards and stuff takes a lot of time away. So if I can reduce it by half, nearly, because I only have to prepare once, I only have to pack everything away once and not twice, that helps me a lot. So yeah, I'm really sorry for not updating every week, but it just takes too much time away from my stitching time actually, and I want to get those goals done because first of all, it's nice to finish a challenge, and second of all, it helps me a lot with getting progress on all of my full coverage whips, and I have a lot of them. So it's nice to get some progress on them and to maybe finish sooner. So yeah, I'm really sorry, but that's just the way it has to be for me to feel confident with getting my goals done. Yeah, so let's get started. My last video therefore was on the 31st of December, so last year. I filmed in the morning and had some stitching time over the afternoon and evening. So I show you that project and then we move right into 2020 and I show you what I have done so far. So on the last day of last year, I was working on Story Keep the Frog prints by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Melanie Dellen, and I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at right now. So yeah, let's start with the basics. The needleminder is from Denka Designs. The fabric is a 32 count Belfast linen in ice blue, and I'm stitching 2/110 stitch. Last time you saw this, I was working in this last diagonal that I finished, and then I moved over there and started on the next one and did 2 of those blocks. With finishing this block, I reached half of the design. So it's quite a short design. It's a story keep. So it's not super wide. It's quite long, but it's not super wide. So I already finished half of the width. That's really cool. And I'm also slowly transitioning into those brighter colors. It's not only black anymore. I'm going into those brighter colors and moving my way downwards. So I'm really happy with what I did. I did not finish my goal. I was still hoping to do that, but those blocks are kind of confetti heavy, especially with transitioning into those brighter colors. It's a lot of ending threads and starting new threads, so it took longer than I thought, and I did not finish the next diagonal. There's missing quite a lot, but nevertheless, I'm happy with what I did, and here's what this one looks like. Especially because I started in December with only having like this corner done, so I did a lot in December on this one. So yeah, happy with that one. There we go. And then it's been 2020. I had a new year, new start, and I continued working on it through the 2nd of January and then packed it away because it's actually not in my monthly designs. I always have like 4 full coverage pieces for every month. This one was not in there, but I wanted to start it, so I did. The one I'm talking about is supersized max color Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Heaven Enough Designs. The artwork is by Amy Stewart. I bring it a bit closer because there's a lot of detail in this picture. And I started in the top left corner and did 1,300 stitches, which is really cool. It gave me a good head start on my goal. And here we go. This one is stitched on a 40 count 1/110 stitch. The needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft in the UK. And there we go. So a lot of blue. And again, oops, sorry for bumping the camera. There are some blocks in here that are transitioning from the blue to the lilac of the building, or lilac gray of the building. And those take a lot of time. Nevertheless, it's super fun to stitch. It's looking gorgeous, and I can't wait to get back to this one, but not during January, and I don't know when it will be coming out next, because it's not a focus whip. So as soon as it's called on WhipGo, it will come out, but that can happen in December. So we'll see about that. Okay, and then I have 1 day non-full coverage stitching, and then I have 2 3-day rotations of full coverage stitching. So on the 3rd, I had a non-full coverage day, and those I start out by stitching on the Temperature Garden by Stitching Mommy. So every leaf for the flowers is 1 day, and you stitch in the color that corresponds to the temperature that was the highest that day. So I stitched on it on the 3rd and on the 10th again. But on the 10th I was traveling to my parents, so I stitched a bit in the morning, did not reach my goal, but packed it away and did not take it with me. So I technically could do more, but I'm just continuing next Friday and making up for it. So this is where I'm at with that one. It's stitched on a 28 count 1/1 full cross, and as you can see, I finished the leaves for the first 7 days, started backstitching the grass and flower stems, and yeah, I will continue with that one next time. Next Friday, I think it's like the 19th or something like that, so I can do a lot of those leaves. I can continue the backstitching, and then I can start backstitching the month name below, and I probably finish that one. So yeah, that's that one. Over here. Whenever I'm done with my goal on Temperature Garden, I move to another project, because that one is definitely a focus project. I'm talking about Wedding Birds by Nikki Pattern on Etsy. That's what it's supposed to look like when it's done, except that I'm doing kind of my own colors. So I'm stitching this one. I'm stitching this one on a 22 count even weave in really bright green that you'll never see on camera. And the tree is stitched with B50-200, so bright white, and those birds and the heart in the tree trunk will be stitched with 817. Yeah, I did a lot since you last saw this. I can't show you a picture of what it looked like when you last saw it, because when you last saw it, my phone was broke and I did not take a picture. And yeah, I continued stitching while my phone was still broke, so yeah, I can show you. Nevertheless, I did, let me look. Yeah, I had this corner about done, and so I did this branch over here, all those there, and then I combined them and started on the tree trunk moving downwards. So I'm really happy. I counted all the 10 by 10 blocks. I still had some stitching left to do. and then divided them into the months I still have left, because I want to finish this by May, because it's kind of a wedding sampler and the wedding is happening in August. So if I finish by May, I have enough time to like frame it and finish it, or fully finish it. So my January goal is already done, and I already started with February. So that's really cool. And that means on the non-full coverage days during January, I will not stitch on this one, because I have already reached my goals, or my goal for January. So I can stitch on something else. I don't need to stitch on this one. I will continue to take this one to work for my lunch break stitching, because I only have to take one color, so it's super easy. I will continue to do that. But nevertheless, yeah, that's it. And I'm super happy with it. The needleminder is from Denka Designs. It was a freebie when I ordered a few other needleminders. I got that one as a freebie. So here's that one. As I just told you, I then stitched on something else. And I stitched on another new start. Jillian from Musings with Jillian. She's also here on Flosstube. I will link her below. She has really good videos. She asked me below my videos in the comments like 2 or 3 times if I'm going to do a sell. And I always said no, I do not intend so, because I have a lot already going on and I just don't need it. And then I saw an advertisement from Cloud's Factory about the Grimm's Fairy Tale sale. Yeah, I bought that one immediately. So it came as a kit. Every month you get one fairy tale, one part of the chart. Sadly, there's no picture of what it will look like finished, the first part. So I can show you that. But in the kit there came the hand-dyed fabric from Pictures Plus. There came all the DMCs. I already packed those away because I started it already. And the week's dye works you need. I have not yet used them, so I can show you those. There were 2 skeins of each, so 2 skeins of syrup, 2 skeins of hibiscus, which is really nicely variegated, which you can't see at all, kind of, because the light is really getting worse here. I don't know why. And 2 skeins of Berry Splash, which is a really beautiful color. Yeah, you can see that one. So those came in the kit with the fabric, and I started it. So the fabric that came with it was a 16 count Ada by Pictures Plus in the colorway Jade or Jada. I don't know. I can show you. It's still on here. So that's the colorway. When I got it and looked at it, and it was supposed to be a 16 count and it looked way smaller. I did not measure it yet, but I compared it to another piece of 16 count Ada, and it is way smaller. So I decided to go with 1/1 instead of 2/1. And I think I get a really good coverage, except for like with black. But yeah, I'm okay with that. So then on the 10th of January, so on Friday, the first part was released and I started it. And I had to laugh really hard, because the first part is Bremer Stadtmusikanten, the Bremen musicians. That's a fairy tale originated in the city I presently live in. If I want to see those, there's a statue of them. I just go through the city and I can see them. It's really cool and really funny, because like around here a lot of people have them. So it's a stock of a donkey, a dog, a cat, and up there there's what's it called? A rooster. And they wander around and sing, because that's their passion. So wandering around here, you always see them on houses. Some guys have them on towels or in their house somewhere. It's really fun. That actually those were the first month or the first part of the cell. So really cool. As I said, 16 count Ada in jade. The needleminder is from Just Too Heavenly. And that's my start. I started with the donkey. I started a bit on the cat. And up here there's a house because they sing in front of houses. So will be a house up here. I started with the roof and some music notes floating around. And up here there will be a kind of a border and the start of some text. But yeah, I have not yet stitched that. I will continue to stitch on this one for my non-full coverage days as soon as I finish my goal on Temperature Garden. So we'll see what I can still accomplish on that one till the end of January, because the next part is released on the 1st of February. Here we go. Really cute, really fun that it's exactly those for the first part. Yeah, I really had to laugh. So that was really fun. Okay, that's it for my non-full coverage days. So for full coverage days, I always, or try to always, start my day with 30 minutes on the Joyful World cell by the Sunflower Diaries. That's a cell on her blog, which is free. January is already up there. I have finished July till January. January is up in the frame because we have January. And I'm presently stitching on February because I want to finish for the 1st of February to have it up in my frame as well. Okay. 2 cute ducks with some flowers all around. And last time we spoke, I had finished January but not yet started February, so this is kind of a new start as well. And this is, oops, that's working. This is where I'm at right now with February, because I'm stitching the German names for the month. It's the Y is missing. It's February instead of February. So here we go. It's stitched on a 32 count Belfast linen in the colorway Silvery Moon, stitched 2/1 full cross with the called for gentle sampler threads and DMCs. The needleminder again is from Denka Designs. And yeah, I finished the frame, I finished the monthly name, and I started on the ground and the flower ranks surrounding the ducks. That's where I'm at. Yeah, super cool. I still have to stitch today's half an hour because I have not yet stitched today, and it's already 3 in the afternoon, so yay. I have to do still 630 stitches plus that one, and yeah, that's why I'm only filming every second week. Then I had I already had 2 3-day rotations on Mini Winter Rose, but in between those rotations there was a 3-day rotation on Colorado Mountains by Golden Kite. This is what it's supposed to look like when it's done, and I show a picture here what it looked like last. And this is where I'm at right now. It's stitched on the 25 count 2/110 stitch, the needleminder again by Denka Designs. And I finished 2 whole columns on this one, which means I have a page finish. Page number 2 is done. I think there are 21 pages overall. So yeah, I'm super happy with what I have already done on this one. Super proud how it looks. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. When I started this piece, I thought about doing diagonal pages, and I don't think I will do that because, as I just told you, I have a lot of goals, and those mountains, they are confetti heavy like hell. They are really bad with the confetti. And with doing 630 stitches every day, I think I'm going to continue just the top row of pages because they are faster. And that's probably what I'm going to do. So not perfect, not the way I wanted it, but the way I needed to be for finishing my goals. Yeah, super happy, and it's looking beautiful. And this is actually the first page counting for allowing my start on the fairy tale cell, because normally I want to have 2 finishes or 5-page finishes before I start something new. But because it's a cell and I want to keep up to date, I decided to just start it and not allow myself to start something new until I finished 10 pages on a full coverage piece or 4 real finishes. But I'm nowhere close to finish something, so it's probably 10 pages on a full coverage piece. Yeah, here we go. Looking beautiful, and I can't wait to get back to this one. I only have it as a paper copy, so I can't use it in Pattern Keeper, but nevertheless, it's so much fun stitching on this one, because it's so beautiful, coming out so beautiful, so photorealistic, that it's just super fun stitching on it. Okay, then as I told you, I had 2 3-day rotations on Mini Winter Rose by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Rachel Anderson. This is what she's supposed to look like when she's done. When you last saw it, I finished my goal in 2019 and with finishing page number 2. And I show you a picture of what that looked like here. And this is what she looks like right now. So I finished page number 2 and then continued over here to stitching diagonal 10 by 10 blocks, because that's just kind of the way I like my full coverage, to stitch my full coverage pieces nowadays. I kind of transition all of my whips into that, except for those golden kites, because I only have the paper copy on those. But with those, I really like stitching that way. This one is stitched on a 28 count Lugana 2/110 stitch. Needleminder is again from Denka Designs. I have 2 needles up here because there's a lot of Krennic in here, and I don't stitch Krennic with a 24 needle. I need a 28 for that. Sorry, the other way around. I don't stitch Krennic with a 28 needle. I need a 24 for that. So I have those 2 needles up on my needleminder. And I reached those wings, and I love those wings. They are so beautiful. I did start the next column up here, the next diagonal up here, so next block will be in those wings. But yesterday my rotation on her ended, so I will come back to her, I think, in a week. So yeah, you can see that sparkle from the Krennic in here. It's beautiful, and I really love it. So yeah, I'm moving my way downwards. I am across page number 4 and started in page number 5 with those blocks. And I think I'm missing 1 or 1.5 blocks till I reach the bottom of page number 4. So yeah, she's beautiful. This one is my focus piece for 2020, and I want to finish her in 2020. There's still a lot missing. There's quite some fabric than here. So yeah, I'm missing quite a bit on her, but she's so beautiful, and I can't wait. Yeah, as I said, I'm having, I think, 4 days on something else, and then I'm back on her. So not long till I'm back on her and continue with those wings. Yeah, she's beautiful. It takes a long time till I finish a page because I'm not, I'm always sticking to my 10 by 10 blocks in the diagonal. I don't finish the page just for a page finish and go out of those 10 by 10 blocks. So I don't do that. So it takes a long time to finish a page, but yeah, she's beautiful, and I can't wait. I think when I finish the next diagonal and then start the next one, I'm in her hair already, so in her head. the next diagonal will be with that part. So that's amazing, and I can't wait. Okay, so as I said, her rotation ended yesterday, so today I still have to stitch on Joyful World Cell. And then we're into plans, because thereafter I'm going to start on Mini Katie and Cruncher. Artwork is by Hannah Lynn, another Heaven and Earth Designs. And with her, I'm already in the process of transitioning her to 10 by 10 blocks, so that's what I'm continuing to do. She is stitched on a 25 count 2/110 stitch, and that's where I'm presently at. So I'm continuing this column, then start in the next one to finish or to get myself onto the diagonal with all those stitches I already did. Needleminder again from Denka Designs, and then I have 3 days with her, and I can't wait. Yeah, that's that one. And because I'm away for, that's what I wanted to say. She is stitched for the Stitch Around the World cell by the Full Coverage Fanatics Facebook group. There's no stitch count required or anything like that. It's just stitched together. And I'm going to stitch on her for Australia because of the shark. And sharks kind of remind me of Australia. So yeah, that's that one over here. Because I don't film next week, I already show you what I'm going to stitch on thereafter. As I said, then I have non-full coverage day on Friday, thereafter Mini Winter Rose, and then thereafter I have the rotation for my second whip go. Colorado Mountains was the first one, and Mini Magic Mirror is the second one. This one is another Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Anne Stokes. And this one, I actually started in the top right because I wanted to try diagonal stitching with parking, and I did not like it. But I started in the top right. So we'll see how I'm going to continue with this one. If I'm going to try to make my way over to the top left and then start diagonals, or if I'm just going to stick with this one and go wherever my thread takes me. With Pattern Keeper, I think that's easier than it was before, but we'll see. It's stitched on a 28 count Lugana 2/110 stitch. This is where I'm at. Not a lot done, but I hope to do some more on her in those 3 days. Here you go. Yeah, and then I hope to be back with filming. So we'll see. I probably won't finish any Whip Go goals till then, because for every Whip Go page, I don't have my Whip Go with me, but it's kind of a bingo field, and with 25 cells, and in every cell there's a project. And my goal for every project are 4,000 stitches, or if it's 10 stitch, 8,000 stitches. So I probably won't finish any of those. Mini Winter Rose is not even at the halfway point for one of those parts. So they take a lot of time, but that's okay. Yeah, that's all with plans. Haul I have already showed you. The week's Cyworks and the kit practically for the fairy tale cell. I'm presently thinking if I forgot anything. I got some new needles. I got some needles and one skein of gentle and sampler threads for my Joyful World cell. I got maple syrup. That's the color for the frame and the name, because I ran low on that one and I decided I need another one, and I'm quite sure I do. So that's what I got, and that's it. So I don't even show you because I don't have it with me. Because I'm with Stitch from Stash, so I don't want to pay a lot of money for those things. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's actually it. I don't have any more. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm again really sorry for not coming around every week, just every second week from now on. it just makes more sense with my plans for 2020. We'll see. We'll see if I change it up again, but for now, I think that's what I'm going to stick with. Okay. I hope you have a wonderful 2 weeks of stitching, wonderful 2 stitchy weeks, something like that. I hope you reach all your goals, and yeah, see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave me a comment, like, subscribe to my channel. I'm always happy about all those things. Even if I'm really slow in answering those comments, I'm always happy to receive them. Yeah, I wish you wonderful 2 weeks and see you next time. Bye.